Hello Pisces, this is your April 2022 reading. I have gone ahead and pre-shuffled your cards, excuse me. Again, this is Pisces, April 2022. And Pisces, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Wands. Okay, so sorry. Oh, and I'm using the Tarot of the Divine, by the way. So your first card is the Nine of Coins, and this is you. This is you in your current energy. And crossing you or conflict is the Six of Swords. So I really like how the Six of Swords is depicted in this deck. I just think it's really pretty. That's it. That's the whole story. Okay, so you are the Nine of Coins. In this image, we have a person here with a big, healthy, delicious looking watermelon. And as you can see, like he has all these other watermelons, showing the fruits of his labor. And in the back, we have like beautiful, I don't know, limestone cliffs. So the Nine of Coins is a card about comfort, solitary happiness, and luxury, also known as like fruits of your labor. So the Nine of Coins, being just before 10, represents the culmination of your efforts so far and the recognizing and seeing results for the work that you've put in. It's well-earned financial reward, and that's where you are right now, Pisces. You have situated yourself well, and you know, whether that's from putting in a lot of hard work over time or putting in a lot of hard work in short bursts, you have reached a point where you can truly be satisfied with what you've created. Now, crossing you is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords represents journey, companionship, and peace. For this being your obstacle, I don't really think it's that. So the Six of Swords is represented by coming from tumultuous waters, going towards calmer waters. You know, you can see the land in the distance, right? This is a beautiful, maybe like Greco-Greek. Yeah, it looks like a Greek kind of focused card. So the Six of Swords, again, is crossing you in your Nine of Coins. And Pisces, that tells me that you are, you know, if the Nine of Coins represents happy solidarity, no, not solidarity, like a happy solitary energy, the Six of Swords shows maybe you're looking towards what else can be available to you. You know, you've been working really hard and you've put yourself in a position to be abundant, and you're seeing the results of that. So now you want to know, what are your options for companionship? What are your options moving forward? And not coming from a place of lack, but coming from a place of abundance. Beneath you in your subconscious, you have the Justice. So the Six of Swords is also a card about journey. And I feel as you go through April and as you journey and you traverse new lands, or maybe lands you already know, with a new perspective, you are going to receive retribution for something that you feel is like deserved to you. An example of that would be maybe you were in a workplace and you've decided, like, you know what, this work is good, but I can't get bogged down in all the politics of the workplace. And this is like that, this Justice card would be an example of you making a stance and then like receiving like the benefit. So if you're like, you know what, I'm gonna distance myself from work, and then it's just gonna go smoothly, right? There's not gonna be any transition or any problems with that. The Justice card is also number 11, and I like to think that 11 is associated with Aquarius, which is also associated with the community, the sense of greater being, right? So Justice might also be in a social activist kind of way, and this is, again, in your subconscious. So if you are the type of person that is an activist, or you've been throwing yourself really trying to capitalize on your beliefs and your values, I feel like Justice could be an indicator too that like whatever you've been working on, like the tide will be turning in your favor. Additionally, I also feel like Justice could be you feel you have not received like what you deserve. And so with that being in your subconscious, that tells me that you feel like this is coming, or this is something that is owed to you, that like in the near future, or you expect a rational outcome to come out of whatever your conflict is. But again, I don't think this Six of Swords is like direct conflict. In front of you, you have the Three of Cups, Pisces. So a time of celebration, a time of rejoicing. Also confirmation, you know, maybe you are going to be meeting someone going forward. Maybe, you know, again, with the Four of Wands being your overall energy, yeah, you might be meeting someone in April that wants to take this journey with you, or wants to see, like, you know, just like check you out or see like what's going on. And maybe this Justice comes from like you had your heart broken like a long time ago, or you broke somebody's heart, or you know, you're single, right? However you got here, and now you've come to terms with what you have, and you're feeling really good, and you're at a position to maturely date. And this Three of Cups in front of you is showing that yes, the time for small dates, activities, get-togethers, companionship, friends, family, nuclear family, immediate family, these are all on the horizon, and this is what's coming in front of you. Oh my goodness. In your recent past, you have the Ten of Wands, which I think, Pisces, is very good for you, because Ten of Wands is that bursting kind of fire energy. And I think as a water sign, you know, maybe something you needed in previous months this year was balance. And so with the Ten of Wands being behind you, and the water being in front of you, I feel like you're moving towards your more natural state. You know, in the past, again, relating to your workplace, I think that you may have been overburdened, you may have been stressed, you have just reached a point where you were no longer able to like blossom, or you've been doing a lot of work and there's just no time for you, right? And so if, you know, you were doing a job, if you were doing like a job and, you know, like I said, you feel like just things aren't handled well, and that maybe you're not being compensated fairly, not just like financially, but with your time or with your benefits. I feel like this energy is behind you. You've come to a point, Pisces, where you're like, I am not interested in being tired all the time from something that's not fulfilling. Wands also represent like career, business development, personal development. So again, the silver lining being you have personally developed to a point where you're not going to kind of let this run your emotion anymore, or even play such a role in your... I saw this card over here and I didn't know where it was. Okay, so in your near future, you have the King of Coins, which is exciting, Pisces. This is you. This is you going from the Nine of Coins to the King of Coins. So if you are exploring your options for new jobs, or maybe you're getting a promotion, but in your near future, this kind of like distancing yourself from the emotional weight of your like income, you are going towards King of Coins energy, and it's in your near future. Like we said earlier, you know, you've really come a long way. You've come past tumultuous times. You've really invested in yourself, and that retribution that you deserve, that recognition is coming, and it's here in the King of Coins. Your advice is the Three of Swords, which I think is very interesting because the Three of Swords is usually associated with fate, ending, and betrayal. You know, it's just your advice. You know what? Maybe your advice isn't to hang on to something from the past that didn't work out for you, or maybe your advice is to let go of that hate that kind of comes like hand in hand with that justice and the Six of Swords. You know, your advice is to leave that shit in the past. Your next card is the Seven of Swords, which is home and surrounding. You know, this deck portrays this card very differently. And it's a card of, like, it can be a card of conflict. It can be a card of quarreling, but I don't feel that for you, Pisces. I feel like in your home environment, it kind of just more so represents instability. Like, you're like, this works for me, but it could be better. Or I love the view from my apartment, but there is a better one. And so I feel like you're kind of just facing, or to use the slang, where you're squaring up. You're squaring up with your reality, your home environment, the people you surround yourself, your neighbors. You know, maybe you're just like tired. You're tired of it, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be from a bad place. It could be from a place of growth. You're just like, this isn't what I need anymore. And I think that that's could be in your best interest if you really take a look at your home environment, and if you're asking yourself, or if you're questioning like, do I like this? Have I been like kind of stagnant? Have I been choosing to be complacent? Those are difficult questions, Pisces, but I feel like that's kind of where you're at with specifically your home environment. And if this is definitely a new job opportunity or moving up in the ranks in your workplace, this is like an opportunity for you to question, do I want to maintain what I have at this level? Your hopes is the Tower. I really like this deck. It's So the Tower on this deck actually shows Rapunzel. Rapunzel and the prince are jumping from the tower, which is very fitting for that. Oh, because she's in a tower. Haha, get it? But you know, it's at the bottom you see like there are thorns, but the tower is on fire. You can't stay there. Much like Rapunzel, you know, it was all she ever knew, but once there was an opportunity to go, she had to take it. Like, she couldn't stay there. The Tower shows us risk. The Tower shows us opportunity. The Tower may or may not be consensual, but that I think goes hand in hand with like this being a career reading, particularly because if you feel like you are owed in your workplace, right? And in the past, it's been frustrating, it's been exhausting, it's been taking your life force, but you have something to show for it, you know? But now that you have something to show for it, you can take that experience with you, right? And you can go to new places. And I think that with this being in the obstacle position, it's kind of like you have to decide, like, are you gonna keep this? Is it working for you? Or are you just gonna find a way to move forward? And it's not that either answer is right or wrong. It's unique to your situation. It's like, what's working better for me? And I feel like the hope, you know, the tower being in the hope position for me feels like you want an external factor to decide for you. You know, it's really easy to be like, I don't want this job anymore, I'm gonna start looking for new jobs, but you take your time. You know, you're busy with your current job, you have other obligations, but the Tower could come in, especially for this career reading, the Tower could come in and not give you a choice. And you're like, wow, you know, I was just talking about how I had the skills to move somewhere else, or I was just talking about how I should maybe invest in more in my creative projects and give more energy to that. And this Tower, you know, being again in your hope position, it almost feels like you want external factors to decide for you, because it can be hard to like make mature decisions for ourselves if they're not in our best interest, and sometimes we just don't want to do that. And it's not that you're denying yourself, Pisces, or you're withholding, or you're being immature about a situation, but it can be easier if a situation decides for you. You know, maybe you were thinking about changing jobs and you had a couple of interviews and you're waiting on second interviews. This is super specific for some of you, and then the next thing you know, you lose your job at your current position, and it's not anything of your fault. You know, we still live in a very delicate political climate right now. So yeah, and that's, you know, if you're hoping for this to happen, I mean, be careful what you wish for, right? Okay, so the outcome of this is the Six of Coins. I love this because it shows like a native woman playing with bugs and her little dog. But she's an older woman, right? Oh, she's releasing the bugs. Okay. So the outcome of this, generosity, charity, accepting help. You know, if you are thrusted into a position that's a little bit beyond your control, reach out to your vast network of people. Reach out to everyone that's been supporting you along the way, friends, people that you know, professionals that you've met at industry events. You know, giving back through gracious reception, if that kind of makes sense. And it's like, you are in a position now, let's say Pisces, you're in a position now where you're very well off and you're able to help other people. You know, maybe this Tower card is you meet someone who's having their own Tower moment, and it gives you a fresh perspective on how you want to live your life, or it gives you an opportunity to invest in someone else or to share in your abundance. But if this is you at the end of April, and you're like, you know what, I'm at a crossroads. Like, I'm not in a desperate situation, or maybe you are, and you're like, and I need to decide honestly about what I need for me. Reach out to those people, reach out to your mentors, reach out to your guides, high school teachers, hell, anyone that's ever inspired you. And that's good, you know, because a big part of receiving generosity and abundance is being receptive to it. So I think that the outcome of this is you being in a better position, a more mature mentality to really embrace what's coming to you. And you know, your overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands. I think I know this deity. The blue one. I want to say Krishna, but I could be wrong. But anyways, you know, this is a beautiful card. This is a card with beautiful ceremony. They're adorned in beautiful ornamental jewelry, and you know, as you see, they gaze lovingly into each other's eyes. So Pisces, for your overall energy, being the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, one represents happy home, happy family, right? So again, kind of taking us back to that environment. And then Four of Wands also is still like being of the wand suit, represents our sense of development. And it goes like with small celebration, being together, the same energy of this Three of Cups, and a similar energy to the Six of Swords, right? Companionship and journey. So you might be at the end of all this going through the steps that you need to be, how would you say, like, if Pisces, if love is something that you are interested in, the month of April is showing that you're going to go through a lot of your own personal development. And the Four of Wands, being that overall energy, being that kind of guiding force, is showing that once you are in a position to truly receive, you will only continue to receive. Pisces, I hope that that reading resonated with you, and I appreciate you coming to check out my challenge. My channel. I am doing a 1,000 subscriber challenge, and you're probably wondering, well, what is that? So I have a series of tarot videos and new content that I hope to be releasing over the next few weeks, and I would like to get 1,000 subscribers. That is the truth. I am throwing myself wholeheartedly into being a tarot reader, and I am trying to overcome mental obstacles and emotional blocks. So with that, if you like my channel and you like the video, please subscribe and give it a like. If you would like to contribute to my 1,000 subscriber challenge, I appreciate you for supporting me. I'll catch you next time, Pisces, okay? Goodbye.